Hey guys, Lisa here with Bee and Peacock Organizing, and I am so excited about this new project. This is something that I've not gotten to do before, and it's been very interesting, so I wanted to share it with you. I have a client who is a counselor, and he does neurofeedback work, and he has a ton of electronic equipment and supplies that he has to carry with him every day, back and forth between the office and clients' homes and his own home. So we're coming up with a great system of smaller containers and bags that will help him condense all of these things into an organized system and make his transport a lot easier. He has a set of Neurofield units that he uses, and this is what they look like. So he has a special request that he would like to be able to take that tower of units and just be able to lift them out of his travel bag and set them on a desktop or countertop and be able to just let the lift fall down to the side and use the units like he would normally, and then just be able to lift that stuff back together as a unit without having to disassemble it and then set it back into the bag. So I looked everywhere for some kind of lift or cradle that we could do that would accommodate that, and there was nothing out there on the market. So I decided to just design and create my own. And so I did that, and that's what this video is about. I'm going to walk you through some of the steps that I did to create that. So this short video about the lift is really a small component inside of this larger project where we're going to organize and create a great system for all of these supplies and electronic equipment that he needs to carry with him every day. First of all, the criteria was it has to just be flexible enough to hold these units, to just get them in and out of a bag. It's not like a carrying case. So soft-sided is good. It had to be soft also so it would protect the units, since they can be damaged. It had to be the right dimensions because we can only take up the amount of space that's the footprint of these units, because we need the rest of the space in the larger bag for all the other components and supplies. I decided to use a really sturdy felt and wool blend fabric, and as you can see, I have a helper who really liked that fabric too. So I decided to just make a design out of 2 strips velcroed together. I wanted everything to be really flexible and adjustable, because even though we're using a certain number of units right now, that may change. I knew my measurements, so I just used some books to simulate the size, but as you can see, I made it a little bit bigger in case he added a unit or 2, but also he may have less units, and I still want it to be secure. But it's tight enough that it's keeping everything secure, and you can tell, things are going to get a little wonky because it's loose objects, and so even with that, it's going to stay as tight as I think it needs to. The other criteria was it needed to be like folding down, but I thought, well, that's really going to get in the way of working on the tabletop or in the office. So I really like the idea of just being able to fold or roll those sides up so they're not in the way. Even though it's going to fit perfectly with just the bricks, ideally it would be nice if the cables were also still attached. It would save a step. And so this flexible design is going to make it so that even with the cables coming out the side, I still think it'll have enough room and be able to support the tower. So there you go. Super strong. Going to keep it sturdy enough to transport from the desktop into the bag. So delivery day came, and I got to bring it over, and we tried it out. So you can see, instead of the books, we now have electronic equipment. And without the cables, it works really well. It's perfect. And it would just lift up and now set down in a larger bag. So we tried it also with the cables coming out the back, and it's still pretty good. I'm really pleased with how it worked out. It's not as sexy looking as it looks a little messier, but that's actually the great part about the flexible design, is that even if things get a little off, it's still functioning the way you need it to, which is really good. This is the bag that the tower is going to be housed in. This is really just preliminary. I was experimenting with some different containers and things, but I wanted you to at least see the direction that this project is going. And this is one of the bags that's part of the bigger system that will be in the future longer video. So I'm really proud of myself for making this, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I'm very excited about the bigger project and how everything's coming together for that, and I can't wait to show you the longer video so you can see how this thing fits into the bigger bag and into the bigger system. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.